Well, good morning, Glue Troopers, and just a few things to talk about today. I'm going to do this sort of podcast style. First off, apologies to some folks whose models did not get in, that they had sent me the pictures. I had a problem with Dropbox and managed to, let's say, misallocate them, but I got them downloaded now. So as I'm working on the second half of the viewers build, it will kick off with more airplanes. And I really have got to find a better way to administrate these images. Sometimes I get them when I'm on the road and download to my phone, and somehow I miss them when I transfer over. So apologies for that, but I shall make amends. Clearly, the cure is more coffee. In fact, you know you're tired or kind of still droopy when you go to the restaurant for your morning coffee. They bring you coffee and water, and you promptly pour the coffee in the water glass, which thankfully had no water in it, so the coffee was still drinkable. But yes, that was a real thing I did. Just as a total aside, I was leaving an airplane and somebody ran down the jet bridge and said, "Hey, Max, we found your book." And some poor kid had left this book on the airplane, which we gave to the gate agent to hopefully find him down. But apparently this is a real character. I didn't know anything about that. So, Max Meow, there's just something so wrong about that, you know. Some things are just wrong. Also, you guys might recall I was talking about model airplanes that we see that are like factory made in places. We talked about that big Grumman Albatross of Jimmy Buffett's I had seen in the Margaritaville restaurant in Puerto Rico. And again, another picture that I've managed to lose. I was going to put an image up, but I can't find it. But I saw this Stearman. It's been hanging for years in the Ron John surf shop at the Orlando airport, and it's nicely made. I was just wondering, who made that? Was it made for this shop? Did Ron John contract a bunch of them to be made? It looks like a tissue-covered airplane, so I'm thinking if it is, that's a lot of work for something that's going to hang from the ceiling as a decoration. I'm kind of surprised that it's lasted without somebody damaging it. Of course, it looks like it's tissue covered. It might be something else. If anybody knows the gouge on that, I'd be interested to hear it. Also, I had a few questions about the light box. This is the one that I use. I got the big one, and I highly recommend you get the big one. It's just easier to work with. But they're $300 or so. The LED lights and all that stuff come with it. Setting them up is kind of tough. It's like setting up a tent by yourself, which is essentially what you're doing. But once you get it up, it's pretty easy to handle. I did get some work done on the B-25 yesterday. I wound up, as I told you guys in the comments description, I sat down to do a few tweaks on the viewers build and first part, and next thing I know, the sun had gone down. But I got a couple of 45 slugs in there with some really high quality modeling clay that doesn't dry out, holding them in place. And I've got everything, the front end glued together, so it's getting ready for paint. I think I'm going to try and paint the fuselage and the wings and everything before I put them together. And that way I just need a little cleanup on the other end. Still have plenty of models in the queue that need my attention. It's not in this photo, but I hit a first shot of gray on the Snark. I'm going to put it in the gray that they would have been in out in the field, not the test colors. And the seams are pretty obvious on it, so I'm going to have to putty that up. And it'll probably go on the shelf in the house because I love the Cold War missilery. And that's I'm running out of shelf on the Tarbis, shelf space in the Tarbis also. But so that's really all I have for this morning. I'm just putting this out kind of quick and dirty. Again, apologies to folks whose pictures I missed. I'm going to run through my cell phone and see if there's any others I missed. Hopefully I'll get the second half of the viewers build out shortly. And just remember, whenever you're feeling down or small, that to the gingerbread man, you are Godzilla. Take care, guys. We'll see you later, and model on.